Hey guys, it's Katie Willard. I'm the founder and CEO of the Social Bee Marketing Agency. I'm here with Peyton Litton, our account manager, and this is our first episode of the Hive Hangout, a place where we're going to talk all things marketing, give you a little behind the scenes of who we are, what we do, and we're going to have a lot of fun along the way.
Okay, so I thought it would be so much fun if for the first episode we talked about like the history behind the Social Bee and how it came to be. No pun intended. Okay. And I want to start with the name because literally everybody is like, that's so cute. You work at the Social Bee. Where did that come from? And I'm like, it just happened. And so I think it'd be really fun if you told the story behind that.
Okay, buckle up because it's a long one.
Buckled. But officially buckled in.
Okay.
You and I have talked before because I started here as an intern and I hadn't graduated yet from WBU. So I remember it was one of my first earlier shifts here as an intern. And it was just me and you in here. Don't know where everybody else was at, but just me and you in here. We were talking about college and you told me that you didn't even study marketing in undergrad. Mm-hmm. So I think you should start there. Okay. That's really funny.
Okay. So my undergrad is in animal and vet science. Total
360 out of the universe.
Yes. Fun fact, I did an internship at a vet clinic and a man sobbed in his car when he had to put his kitten down. And I said, I cannot do this for the rest of my life.
Morbid. You make a story about it now as a marketer. Hey guys.
Yeah, it was too much. I thought I cannot do this the rest of my life. So I've got to figure this out.
Real.
So I decided to get my master's degree in corporate and organizational communication from WVU. Yeah. Loved that program. I don't even think it's a program now. I think it morphed into the IMC and DMC program that is now at WVU. So in this program, you could work full-time and go to different satellite locations across the state to do your classes. Yeah. So that's what I did, and I fell in love with marketing comms PR because those were all components of the program and classes that we took. So let's rewind a little bit before that, though. In my undergrad is when Facebook launched. So 2005. It was my second
trigger warning.
Second year of college.
Trigger warning. I was born in 2001. So
okay, well there we go. In 2005, Mark Zuckerberg launches Facebook. What do we call him, Zucky?
Nobody in the history of time have I ever heard call Mark Zuckerberg Zucky. You just made that up on the spot.
There we go.
So don't refer Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook.
But he has a nickname, right?
Probably Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. It is my second year of college. I remember sitting at my little desk in my little apartment room, and it was like this elite thing, right? So
Facebook.
Yes. So you had to have a college email address, but not everyone was accepted right away. So you had to
give a blood type, hello, it's Facebook.
I don't know. I mean, it was a while back, so I'm not exactly sure of the process, but I just know that it was huge to be accepted to Facebook. So of course, I'm on Facebook, and when I look back now at the posts that I posted back,
I literally hate Facebook so bad when it's 3 years ago today you said this. Don't remind me, by the way.
It was you would say, I'm late for class.
Yeah, laying in bed. ...
Yeah. That's it.
Laying in bed. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, get on Facebook and on there personally, but then I started to notice as I was getting into college and my professional career that it became a place for business. So it really morphed into, it's not just this personal network, it is now a full social network for business as well. So once I got through my master's program, really fell into the marketing PR comms world. And as you know, with any sort of role within this industry, you wear all the hats. So whether you're working for a nonprofit, small business, organization, whatever it may be, if you're in a marketing role, you're going to touch PR, you're going to touch all of the different areas. And really, I think in this industry, to be good at your job, you have to be well-rounded and diverse at all of the things. Yeah. So I really fell into the social media digital side of it. My dad owns a small business. I'm from Kaiser. He has owned a real estate company for over 40 years. I grew up as a kid going to the office, answering the phones, filing papers, like back in the old days when we filed actual papers into a filing cabinet.
Trigger warning again.
And we would go to Sheetz. I'd get a hot dog and snacks during
Ew.
lunch.
Ew. Now they have 2-for-1 hot dogs. You probably love that.
Yeah, well, I don't eat hot dogs anymore, but
So she says.
so I just fell in love with watching him own a small business and how he was so tied to the community, especially small town. And I just fell in love with West Virginia too. So I've always known that I wanted to stay here. Never a question in my mind. My sisters were in the military, so I got to visit them. They went all over the place. So when I was a kid growing up, I was always going in all these different places, but I always longed to be home. Yeah. So I've known from a young age that this is my place. And I've always said West Virginia is my passion, and that's really where it came from. But yeah, watching my dad run a small business really lit a fire underneath me. And it's actually his birthday, so happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
So fast forward, I get my master's degree. I have several roles in the marketing PR world. Really fall into, again, the social media digital side of it, and knew I loved that, and that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So a lot of small business owners will tell you, or even those looking to jump into the small business world, like, when is the right time? How do I know when it's the right time? And it's just like when people say having a baby, it's never the right time. It's never perfect. You never are going to feel fully prepared. So in 2017, I was working for a company outside of the state, and I was full-time remote. And I felt so disconnected from really my passion and my calling and what I wanted to do, and working with West Virginia organizations and just, all things West Virginia. Yeah. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do to kind of help fulfill that void? I'm going to register my business name with the state.
Big jump.
And I'm going to make it official just so I know that it's mine, it's there, and when I'm ready, I can...
You got it.
Yeah. So we formed in 2017, but that's not actually when we started fully operating.
We as in the social beat.
We as in me. I was a person of one, the social
Real,
beat.
the social beat.
In 2017, I decided, okay, let's file it with the state. Let's make it official.
Right.
I know I have the business, not ready to launch, but it's there and it's ready and it's all mine.
Pause. In 2017, I was not launching a business. I was studying for my driver's test. Learning how to drive a car. So just put that into perspective. So not only did you have Facebook when I was 4 years old, learning how to probably eat.
Yeah.
Do you learn how to eat when you're 4?
Way sooner.
Okay, anyway, I was probably like 4 years old. But also when you were a full-time businesswoman getting ready to start a real journey launching a business, I was in fact learning how to parallel park.
Okay.
Just want you to know that.
That's great.
Yeah, perfect.
Here we are. I feel like one of the hardest things with starting a business, at least for me, because it's all about marketing and branding and putting it out there.
I can't even imagine. I already know what you're going to say.
Coming up with the name.
I literally couldn't do it.
So that actually stalled me for a long time because I could not think of what the name was, and I wanted it to be perfect. And to go back on that note, looking at it now, because I've already changed the name, it's morphed. If you don't have it all figured out, it's okay. Like, it does nothing about starting a business has to be perfect.
Right.
Okay, so anyway.
That would keep me up at night. I could never name anything ever. Like kids.
Oh, yeah.
But a business. Anyway,
that's another episode.
Keep going.
So I polled my family. I polled friends. I did the online name generator. Hated everything that came back. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do what I know how to do. I got out a piece of paper and I just started writing down words that spoke to me, that I thought represented what I wanted the agency to be, the mission, the vision. I knew I wanted it to be tied to West Virginia. So I literally started going through, okay, what are our state symbols?
Right.
What makes sense?
Right.
And I got to the state insect, the honeybee. And I thought, okay, honeybees are small but mighty. Like, at the time, I thought, this is a very big thing, but I'm going to do it. So I felt very small but mighty. They create a community, and they slowly pollinate, and they pollinate, and it just grows and grows and grows. And to me, that represents marketing and PR and communications, and it's all about collaborating, being a community, really doing big things, and really growing something. And in my mind, I had a visual, I still have this vision clear as
That's
day.
so Raven style.
But looking at the outline of the state and thinking, look at all of these bees spreading the good work happening
Chills.
across West Virginia and beyond. So that has
Ew.
really always been just like every time I think of what we do, that's the vision I have.
Real. You wouldn't have had the same vision if we were like pepperoni roll media or something.
No.
You've heard it here first that we're the first people to ever discover this. All honeybee worker assistants next to the queen are girls. The worker bees are girls. So
Okay.
it
So
literally was meant to be. Sorry.
there you go. So we are women owned. We're majority women run. Sorry, Dan, we love you.
Yeah,
But,
shout out Dan.
but it's what we do here.
Honeybee, great name. Love it. Again, pepperoni roll media.
Not gonna
pepperoni roll. The pepperoni probably not going to work.
Yeah.
So
We could be the
circling back-
peppies, though.
Could be the Peppies easily. Mark Zuckerberg would definitely let you in if we were the Peppies. Circling back, you got a piece of paper
Yes.
back in the 1800s. Got in your filing cabinet. Got a piece
Yeah.
of paper.
1822.
It's time to get my quill and my ink and write down these names.
Yes. Okay. So I get my quill and my ink.
And you have the West Virginia symbols.
I have the West Virginia symbols. So I think it's words like Appalachian, Mountain Mama, country roads, honeybee. Yeah, I'm like, well, can't do any of those. So I think, okay, I really want to focus on social media with this business, providing social media services, which, side note, this is something I'm very proud of. So we got to talk about it. I was told several times that West Virginia would never support my business,
over that.
that I would have to look outside of the state for big clients because they're not here, that social media just wasn't enough, that, it just wasn't a thing.
Stuff
Like,
that we hear every day being in this role and being a woman and
so I said, you know what? I just don't believe that. Like, in my heart, in my soul, I just don't believe that. And even if I fail, I have to see this through because it just felt right. It felt like what I was meant to do. So I said, all right, well, that just means I got to prove them wrong. So I take my paper, I'm writing down all of the different words, and I think, okay, we've got the honeybee, we've got social media. So it just morphed into social bee media because I'm thinking of social butterflies, right? And I'm like, all right, so let's do social bee. So social bee media. So that was the original name, Social Bee Media LLC. Well, as we got into it, you start saying your name different ways. You start hearing other people say it different ways. You see it in writing, and it turned into the Social Bee. Now at the Social Bee, we're not just social media. We're a full service agency. So I also wanted to encompass everything we do, not just social media.
Right.
So we're now the Social Bee marketing agency.
Jeez, oh. Now put that in a book and stamp it. Mark Zuckerberg would be so proud of you these days.
Zucky. Call me.
Married, by the way. Hey. Like, you're not going to own the social media and be married to Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't want to be married to Mark Zuckerberg.
Shout out Anthony. Shout out Anthony Willard. Obviously, like, knowing you and knowing that we're similar, like, if I was in that role, there'd be a lot of pressure on me to get it right because that's what other people see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one thing if you had your own little business and nobody else knew about it, you could name it whatever you wanted to.
Yeah.
But with other people seeing it, do you think that there was more pressure to, like, make it not rhyme, but, like, make it flow better? And also, did you think that you wanted it to be around West Virginia? Yeah, you love it. But because the people were doubting West Virginia, do you think there was more of a, like, pressure put on you to make it centered around West Virginia?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I am definitely a perfectionist. I'm also a people pleaser, recovering people pleaser though, because no. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a very driven, ambitious person. And so I want to make sure it's perfect. Yeah. But when I look back, this is a learning lesson for me.
Listen.
And for you,
Listening.
young one.
Listening.
Nothing is going to be perfect. I look back on it now and I laugh at the logo. It looks like it was a spaceship. It looked nothing like a bee. I can't even believe I put that out there. But I was like, there were so many people that supported me when I first launched. They never said, Katie, your logo is heinous and looks like a spaceship. They just said, hey, why don't you connect with this person, go to this event,
Right.
That's one thing about West Virginia too. And one thing that when you think about like back to the Hive and the honeybee community, we are a small but mighty state, but we're resilient. We come together, we support one another.
Yeah.
I really truly believe that you would not find the support anywhere else like you do here.
No, real. I can say that.
Like if you think about Jennifer Garner, Charles Wesley Godwin,
Shout out, name drop.
name drop. But when you think about them and we see them doing these amazing things and you're on social media,
Steve Harvey.
we share it all over the place because we're so proud
Yeah.
to have people doing well and succeeding from here.
Yeah. The next person's going to be you. Hopefully me, Todd, to you. But the next person's going to be you on Good Morning America talking about the social bee, like,
No, but
and your
thank
little
you.
worker bees are in the background. Just
We got to find a way to get on the Today Show.
Today's show, if you're watching this, hit
Another
us up,
shout out.
comment down below. I did have another question. If you had to rename it right now,
I couldn't because I'm so tied to this and
Social
what we
media.
do. And just, I feel like it is just who we are.
Yeah.
I couldn't even think of another name.
I know, and it's so cute when people are like, the bees, the bee. Like,
Yeah.
that's cute.
The only thing maybe is like an abbreviation of TSB. That might be like 15 years down the road
So true. You're
Yeah.
dead and gone, and I'm running this place.
because, I'm ancient.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
have to write it down with your feather and ink. I had another question, too, but then I forgot. Did you cry whenever it was all official and, like, you had your own official business?
So I didn't cry, but I did send an email immediately to Anthony.
An email?
Yes, and I still have it, and every now and then I'll go back and look at it. But I forwarded the approval from the Secretary of State about the business license, and there's like 500 exclamation points in it. I was like, I officially have a business in West Virginia. Like, I was so excited.
What did Anthony say?
Oh, he pumped me up because he's always been my biggest cheerleader. He is the one that looked at me and said, why don't you just do it now? Like, this is the perfect time for you to start, although I didn't feel like it was the perfect time. But he took just as big of a leap as I did and supported me, believed in me, has always made me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Could not do this without him.
Shout out Anthony.
Shout out Anthony. It's a journey. Small business ownership is a journey.
Yeah.
And it's important you have those people around you that believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. I know that sounds so cliche.
No, that's real.
But there have been times when I've been sobbing on the floor and Anthony picks me up and says, keep going. You got this. It's okay. You'll get through it. I can hear my sisters now saying it's temporary. This too shall pass. Keep pushing. So
I need me and Anthony for real.
you do. You
That
do.
is so great. You named it. It's yours. 500 exclamation points sent to Anthony.
Yes.
You're a business owner. Something that I admire, and I know like the rest of us admire about you, is your emphasis on like West Virginia. That's great. You also have a really strong emphasis on being a woman and all of us being women. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there was a lot of pushback from who knows where or who knows who, saying that like, okay, I'm a woman going to start this business here, and also like I'm fostering this professional growth with women? It's not like you started like I'm only hiring women,
Right.
but it's like that's just what happened, and now you have a
Naturally.
spot to do that. Do you think there's a lot of pressure or pushback from that?
There's definitely pressure. I think most women can relate to this. And I have other friends kind of in the same place I'm at that we talk a lot. There were many times throughout my career, and I mean, my career's still happening, so I'm still just right in the thick of it. But especially when I was younger, where you either don't have a seat at the table, your ideas aren't taken seriously, or they are and they're taken by someone else and presented by someone else, and you're like,
Hello.
yeah. Also, even when you do have a seat at the table, you don't feel empowered to speak up, to present your ideas. You may feel scared, especially me. I'm a more, you may not think this, but I'm not out there and boisterous.
You're an extroverted introvert. Like
Yes.
you, in the situations where you have to perform, where you have to put yourself out there, you will.
Yeah.
But it's also scary.
My mom has always called me a silent leader. She says I lead, but I'm silent. And I really resonate with that. So when you're more like that, when you're at the table, you don't always feel like you can speak up. So I decided I'm going to make my own table. And that's really what my vision was for this agency and continues to be, to have young professionals, any professional come in here, feel safe, feel like their ideas are heard, that they can present their big ideas to a room full of clients, you know? And we just did that with a client recently, and you and Maddie did an exceptional job. And I want to make sure that continues to happen because that's going to help you grow. And I didn't always feel like I had that to help me grow.
Right.
And I know we joke about me being ancient, and, you know, there is a generational gap. And I used to be I'm a millennial. I used to be the younger generation. Now we're talking about Gen Z, but it was different 15 years ago, you know, but you still see the same patterns happening.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I don't allow that generational gap to be a thing,
Right.
that we work together with our strengths and we help each other through our struggles.
Yeah. I think that I'm not even just saying it because you're sitting next to me, but I look up to you. And I think that you've done a great job at, first of all, doing the thing, but also being transparent about it. So, like, for other people, there's probably somebody that's tomorrow going to apply with a state to become
Secretary
an official
of
business.
State.
Yeah, to become an official business. So it's like, what would you say to them, for anybody watching?
So I actually worked with the Small Business Development Center when I started, and in my previous role, I had worked with the Small Business Development Center in a different capacity. So I knew they existed, and they offer free business coaching to anyone looking to open a small business, or even small businesses that have been open and need assistance with a marketing plan or exporting and importing. They will point you in the right direction to the resources.
Cool.
So I worked with Todd Crump.
Shout out.
Yes, Todd. Thank you so much for all of your help with the Small Business Development Center. And he's in Fairmont. And he helped me just talk about a business plan and, you know, all the things I need to do, and other people in the area that may be doing similar things that I could talk to, and, you know, other potential clients that may need assistance. He was just a very good support system for me on the business side of things to really know which direction to turn.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if anyone's looking to start a small business in West Virginia, I would highly encourage them to do so, because it's such a supportive community. We see that with our clients. They are so passionate about what they do. They believe in us, and they support us fully as well. And that really keeps us going.
Yeah.
But West Virginia is small but mighty.
Yeah.
And they really, you have access to all these resources, right? So, and they're free. So you've got the Small Business Development Center. You can get connected to Senate offices. It's really not hard to gain access to the people that you need here, which you probably don't find in like a larger state, a larger metropolitan area. It's much more difficult. But here, you're going to know someone who knows someone who knows someone that can connect you.
Yeah, it's so small here. And like, even whenever I was doing internships or whenever I came here, like, I had never heard of the Social Bee, but I had one person that was like, oh, like, I've seen them on LinkedIn, or I saw their Instagram once. So it's like, I think even if it is small, and even if you feel like you're completely alone, like, nobody knows who I am, nobody knows what I'm doing, like, there's literally at least one person that knows. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just look at you told Anthony, and then now you're here.
That's
with
right.
The best staff in the entire world.
That's right.
And the
Truth.
best clients in the entire world.
Yes.
And the best co-podcast person in the entire world.
The most amazing co-anchor.
Co-anchor. Real. I don't know. I just think it's so cool. Like, I want to do that. I want to get as big as you are and then still have your clients.
Will you still hire me?
I'll hire you.
Okay, great. Then I've fulfilled my mission.
Anybody who's looking for a job, come apply to the Social Bee Squared. I think it's cool. I think what you've done is cool.
Thank you.
I mean, I wasn't there at the start, but
you're here now.
Yeah, I'm here now.
You're here now. Yeah, I just want people, and especially women in the industry, and especially in this state, you're not insignificant. You have a voice. If you're not fitting in with what you're trying to do, make your own
somewhere else.
thing. Create your own table. Build that thing with the legs, the nails, the chairs. Sit your butt at it and make it happen.
Build that. You heard it here first from Bob the Builder. Build that thing, make your own table, and sit at it and start that business.
That's right.
That's real right
Real.
there. Put that on a t-shirt. We're selling it. Our Venmo's in the caption.
So we've created this space. We're here now. You know, we can showcase our personalities, who we
Yes.
are, what we do, showcase the great work that we do, and we also have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun. I tell everybody, everybody's like, how's the social media? How's your job? And it really is so much fun. Like this is my first post-grad job. So it's crazy because I feel like I've been here for 10 years. I feel like I am a pro now at this point. Not really. That's just me being dramatic. But I started here last April as an intern, and I still didn't even really know what I wanted to do. And it's not that I know exactly what I want to do and that I'll be here for the rest of my life. No offense.
Yes, you will.
But yes, I'm okay. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like we've had so much fun that the fun allows for me to show my personality, which makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, through learning each other's personality and showing that, then we know how to help each other and how to support each other and grow as professionals, which I really appreciate, obviously, because some of us may be old and washed up, but I'm young and fresh in this agency, so it's cool to be like, and hopefully every single job is like this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But
you're only going to have one, so
then
it doesn't matter.
Exactly, so I don't even have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
you're good.
And now we're here, and we have the craziest 2024 lined up, which is
Here we
literally
go.
insane.
Buckle up.
But officially, but I haven't unbuckled from the beginning. Give a sneak peek.
Yeah, so we'll be in Florida in April for the Clay County Agricultural Fair.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's literally insane. We're expanding, we're growing, and if 2005 you and Mark Zuckerberg could see this right now, they would both be jaw dropped.
Yep, they would.
They would.
2005 to 2025.
That's
Here we go.
crazy. That's like my whole
Okay.
life.
No, okay. Cut.
Okay, everybody. So thank you for joining this Hive Hangout. It was so much fun. There's going to be plenty more Hive Hangouts to come, so make sure you're looking out for those. And make sure you follow along for 2024. It's going to be a big year. And thanks, guys.
And if you have ideas, stuff you want us to talk about,
Let us know.
things you want to know, professional, personal, anything in between, let us know.
Let us know.